What happened in life that allowed you to learn that lesson?
Okay. So when you have like a friend and they're like dropping certain clues
Mm-hmm.
or excluding you from stuff
Mm-hmm.
or is not supportive, like the type of friend that you should have.
Yeah.
You see signs of that. You can't bypass that or look past it.
Yeah.
If that person isn't going in the direction of where you need to go and where you're growing,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's time to cut people off.
Yeah.
Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.
We need to learn the lessons from 2022.
We do.
So, ladies first. What are your lessons?
My
What lessons do you
lessons.
want to give to the community?
Really put me on the spot, huh? Right. So my biggest lessons from 2022 is that you most definitely have to watch your circle.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be more aware of your surroundings and make a plan and a mission for where you want to go in life. And that's why I say mission because it's something that you actually have to take action to do.
Yeah.
So actually make the mission and plan for life.
That was your lesson?
I don't want to give. I can't give away. Oh my goodness! You put me on the spot, so I'm
I
gonna
did
let
that on
that.
purpose because you was gonna. If I didn't ask you, you was gonna ask me. So you was gonna put me on the spot. So you gotta put. I gotta put you on the spot before you put me on the spot.
Well,
So
really,
I'll ask a question. So what happened in 2022 that taught you your biggest lesson?
just what I was saying, like who you surround yourself around,
Yeah, but what I'm asking is, how did you learn that lesson?
because
What happened in life that allowed you to learn that lesson?
okay, so when you have like a friend and they're like dropping certain clues
Mm-hmm.
or excluding you from stuff
Mm-hmm.
or is not supportive, like the type of friend that you should have.
Yeah.
You see signs of that. You can't bypass that or look past it.
Yeah.
If that person isn't going in the direction of where you need to go and where you're growing,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's time to cut people off.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't just do it by saying, "Oh, I'm not really into hanging out." Sometimes you just gotta go cold turkey
Mm-hmm.
because they're always trying to like roll you back in.
Yeah.
And once they do that, then you're back
In the same
into
right.
you're back into
Same
the
mix.
same place,
Mm-hmm.
and you're wondering, is this my friend or is this my frenemy?
Yeah.
So,
And then you end up like
mm-hmm.
the young lady down there
Yeah,
in Mexico. Yep.
and a frenemy is no frenemy. If
Yeah.
I have to question your friendship
Mm-hmm.
and whether you're genuine or actually my friend,
Mm-hmm.
there's no room for growth, and that's where the relationship stops.
Mm-hmm.
You have to learn when to cut people off and when to cut people out of your life.
That's a great point. That's a great point, especially after um Shanquela, right? That was her
Mm-hmm.
name. Yeah, that's a great
Forgive
point.
us if we're saying it wrong, but
Yeah, I
all
think
due
it's
respect.
Shanquela,
Mm-hmm.
down in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard any recent news about that either. Like I
No,
know they were
they're supposed to be
one person was
extradited.
getting extradited,
Mm-hmm.
but um, that's I think I would not put it past to say that there might have been some clues that could have showed her
Yeah,
that these were not the people she wanted to
yeah.
be
There's
around.
definitely always clues like the sneak disses
Yeah,
and the jokes on you, everybody
yeah.
laughing but you.
But you, yep.
Yeah, no, you have to look out for stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
because that's where it
Yeah,
ends.
because it starts with that, and then it ends with something that could be incredibly horrific.
Mm-hmm.
That could cost you your
Life
life.
threatening.
Yeah, and I'd lead into that. Not so much something that happened to me,
Mm-hmm.
but something that has been going on in the community.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'll say the way I started off is just I remember. Do you remember the you remember the Jaws movie?
Mm-hmm.
And uh you know the dun 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 dun, and somebody gets bit, right?
Yeah.
But as I was growing up, it was always where we were all looking at the TV like, see there you go again, doggone white people jumping in that ocean water. No, it's sharks out there jumping in the ocean water.
I like the ocean though.
Yeah, some people do, but I like when I know a shark be there. But then also where you go when there's multiple shark attacks that be in the same location and still people still be going there. Honestly, even them surfers, man, I ain't doing that.
Cause they don't think, oh,
I'm under.
it's not me.
But my point is before I go off on that tangent, because you know I go on a tangent about going in the ocean. I ain't messing with nothing I'm not messing with no part of the ocean that's over chest deep. But funny story that happened with that. But I'm not gonna dig into that story. I'll tell y'all that story on a different day. I think I might have talked about it before, but so we was always like doggone white people jumping in that water. See there? That's why I don't mess with the ocean. That's why I don't be swimming out there in the ocean, you know. But we do the same thing in other areas as a us community, as a black community. And I've learned that with Takeoff, and even more recently with Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion, with that whole incident, because and I don't want to pick either side, because at the end of the day, a black woman got shot and a black man went to jail.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say either one. Either one actually turned out great. I mean, somebody didn't end up in jail, but a black man ended up in jail. But I also want to say that Tory Lanez got his American dream, because Tory Lanez was Canadian.
Yeah.
So he's probably be deported after he serves his time in the States. So he got the American dream. He showed up. He got large success. He got the money. He got the fame. He got the girls. He got all of that. But then you also got the American dream that they don't tell you about, which is the subjugation to criminal prosecution.
American Nightmare.
The American Nightmare. He got, yes, exactly. The American dream. He got the American dream and the American Nightmare. And all of that is, we in our community, and especially in the hip hop industry, we're intentionally diving into the water where we know it's shark infested. Yeah. That, like, if you go into areas where you know it's shark infested, you should not be like, oh, woe is me, I got bit by a shark. If you know that the environment that you're in, and that's my lesson for 2022, out of 2022. Yeah. If you're in an environment where you're likely to get bit, then you should expect to get bit.
Well, they know the dangers of being in that community and being around like certain people,
but nobody thinks they're gonna get bit.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Just like those folks that swimming with sharks, or them folks that's in the beach. Everybody that is old enough to know that sharks exist in the ocean know that you're possibly gonna get. There's a possibility, and then they always say there's a more than likely possibility that you're dying in a plane accident or plane crash than by a shark bite or a shark attack. But it's happening a whole lot more.
Because you have a sense of security. Like, if it hasn't happened to you, you have a sense of security. Like
Mm-hmm.
it hasn't happened to me, so I'm straight. I
Mm-hmm.
can go in different neighborhoods and not worried about getting robbed or
Mm-hmm.
something happening to me. I'm
Until it
straight.
happens to you.
I'm straight. It hasn't happened until it happens to you. Then you'll be like, man, that happened to me. I need to
Mm-hmm.
be more careful or more vigilant or look more. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're part of the group that's actually doing that, you think you're okay
Mm-hmm.
because it hasn't fell down to you yet.
Yeah.
But you
And that's
live
what
by the sword and you die by the sword. So basically,
I
that's what
don't even think it's
happens.
living by the sword and dying by the sword.
It
But just
pretty
because,
much is.
but Takeoff.
Mm-hmm.
Takeoff, everybody said Takeoff was chill.
Yeah.
Some of his music was about dying by the sword or, living that life. But he wasn't actually active in that.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what happened? You was in shark infested waters, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot jump in shark infested waters and believe that you will never get bit.
But that's his security blanket. Like, if this is where he came up and grew up around and that's what he's used to,
Right.
You're not going to leave that environment and go to somewhere else because you're not going to feel secure and safe there.
Right.
Even regardless of if it's protected and you have your bodyguards and stuff like you're not gonna feel safe there. But in your community you think my people have my back. I'm gonna be okay here. I'm straight here until something pops off and then everybody run and leave you and you just standing there defending yourself.
You know what I just thought about? It's about being when the fish are in a school, they think they're safe, and the school is actually designed to be
a
to
wall
look
of
bigger,
protection.
and it looks bigger, right? But when you're in a wall of protection, you're in a school and you think you're safe, but you're still in the ocean.
Yeah.
You're still in the water, and you can still get bit. You can still get eaten by a shark. And the reason I brought up the analogy of the sharks is because that's my point. We're saying I'm safer we're telling ourselves I'm safer. Just the same way people that actually do swim with sharks say, oh, they're safer. You're more than likely to die in a plane accident from them getting bit by a shark. But then we see people get bit by a shark. And then what is the thing that they tell you if there's sharks around? They say, oh, don't splash and swim away. What the F? What do you mean? If I see a shark, I'm swimming as hard as I can to get away. Talk about don't splash. They might mistake you for a fish. Yeah, look, I'm telling you, we can call it, yes, this is your environment. This is how you feel safe. But you know you're in shark-infested waters. If you feel safe, you're just as crazy as them white people out there diving in the ocean with sharks. Am I wrong? Is there some kind of insanity of knowing that sharks eat and kill and they are hunters, and then you get bit by a shark thinking, or while you're talking about, oh, they're safe, and then saying I'm in this type of community, I'm in this type of environment, and I know these people are sharks, but I'm safe.
Yeah. So it all boils down to the environment, what's going on and stuff. If you're not gonna feel, if you're from like a certain section and you get pulled from that and you get put in pot and prodded in something else, you're not gonna feel comfortable. And if you don't feel comfortable, you don't feel safe, you're not gonna stay there. But you're gonna always naturally go back to.
But he did.
You're not gonna feel safe, and
it was ready to go.
You're not gonna feel safe.
But you know how you started it off when you started off about it depends on the environment.
Yeah.
And you know what you sound like when you started saying it made me think of this. She sounds like those shark lovers that say, "Oh, you just have to not move suddenly. You have to not splash." Because you don't want to spook the sharks, because then they might think you're a fish and you might get bit. No. What you're doing is trying to explain away an actual insane thing, which is, dude, you're swimming with freaking sharks.
Yeah, but even if you're swimming with sharks, there's other dangers. It's not just the sharks. So
So who's
even in the sense of an ocean and comparing it to people, you can be in this environment with people that are unsavory or a certain type of life.
mm-hmm.
But you can be around regular blue collared people and they're just as bad. So you're not where you
Yeah, but
grow
what's the
up,
likeliness?
but where you grow up and you go around, you have a sense of security. You have your security blanket.
Yeah, but
So naturally, that's where you're gonna feel comfortable, and that's
but
where you're
was
gonna feel
Takeoff
safe.
secure?
He probably, of course, he wasn't secure being around people that weren't looking out for him or people that he was just a
Are you
innocent
saying that people
bystander.
weren't looking out for him?
No, I'm saying he was an innocent bystander.
Right.
So
So are people swimming in the waters with that has sharks there? They're all innocent bystanders.
mhm,
The shark is not out there like I'm going to hunt for a man today.
mhm.
You're innocent bystanders because you're in the environment. You've placed yourself in the environment of the shark.
Yeah, well, that's guilty by association. That's why, like, if somebody gets pulled over in a car, everybody in the car is getting charged.
So are you saying that people that jump in the water that are if you go to the ocean and you get bit by a shark, that's your fault?
Basically, if you know the dangers, of course, it's your fault. But
Right.
that
That's why I'm
doesn't.
arguing the point. Hey, don't be in the environment. Don't trick yourself into saying that you're safe.
Mhm,
If don't jump into shark infested waters. Tory Lanez was in shark infested waters in that environment.
mhm,
So even he might have been the shark. If he's the shark, then Megan Thee Stallion is in shark infested waters.
mhm.
When you're in that environment, you're leaving yourself open to getting bit, and you might lose a limb or you might lose your life. That's my lesson for 2022. You might if you stay in that environment for long enough,
Mhm.
every time you get into that water with sharks, every time you step into that environment where people are living that type of lifestyle, you are giving yourself one more opportunity to get bit, lose a limb, or lose a life. So I'll close it out with this. I'll close it out with this on my point. We had our wedding. We got married. She said I do. I said I do too. No, actually, they made me say. She made me. I had to go first. But what we did for my bachelor party, because I'm of an age that I've experienced so much, I was just like, yo, let's chill around the area, pop up a bonfire, drink on something, and listen to some music and get a vibe here. And we was going to a club, and I was like, I don't need to be in that environment. I don't know them.
Yeah.
I know all of you. I know my people. And I know that we can have fun and enjoy each other without having to be in that environment.
Yeah.
Why would I intentionally place myself in that environment and then I also was like, why would I go here and spend however many dollars on each shot when we have libations over here? When there's libations, like what are we doing?
So you stayed within your security.
Yes. And my security blanket was soft, warm, and cuddly. How you got if you want to talk about security blanket ain't, if your security blanket is prickly and liable to suffocate you, that ain't I mean, if you call that security, okay.
Yeah, that's what they used to. That's what some people are used to, though.
But I remember that. Never mind. I was finna talk about. Yeah, I'm gonna talk. It reminds me of that how they recalled the weighted blanket for babies. Like, who thought that was a good idea? And you said it. Who thought that was a good idea? A weighted blanket for babies that don't have muscles developed to even move themselves out from up under the blanket.
Because even with my weighted blanket, like I put it on, and sometimes I wake up, I'm so sore.
Yeah. Yo, that's a meme. Like
I be
you
hurt. My shoulder be hurt.
that's a meme. Folks out here dying from weighted security blankets. That's what people out.
I
There's
love my
people out here
security blanket
dying
though.
because they
Sorry.
got weighted security blankets.
I love
That's
my weighted
weighing them
blanket.
down.
Yeah, I love my weighted blanket.
But it's people out here
It helps.
dying in life because weighted security blankets.
Keeps me comfortable. Helps me sleep.
Mm-hmm. And you wake up, but you wake up with somebody out here going out and they trying to maintain that
Yeah.
life that makes them feel comfortable, and it feels comfortable until it suffocates you.
It takes growth. It takes growth to get out of certain situations.
Just like it takes growth for a baby to get out of a security blanket. That's why they recalled it.
Yeah.
Out
It
of
just
a
takes-
weighted blanket.
It just takes growth.
I'm gonna need some people to recall their security blanket in life.
Mm-hmm.
You need to recall that. That's not safe.
Yeah.
What, your security blanket? That's not secure, bro. That's not security. It's out to take you out. So in 2022, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Then you want to talk about the whole thing about bringing 2022 with you? Oh,
yeah.
that
But
part.
before we do that, I want comment and let us know your reflections of 2022. I'm always interested in seeing other people's perspectives and seeing what they've learned and accomplished, and it can help somebody else grow. So
yeah. What did you learn from 2022 that you're gonna take into 2023, or that you have brought into 2023? Because we're here now.
But with that being said, like I hate when people say "New Year, New Me." No, 2022 is just yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally.
So if you have a bag packed yesterday and you still have your stuff in it, you're still taking that into this year, and you have to unpack that bag.
Yeah.
So basically, be careful of the
So
stuff.
you say you should have unpacked that yesterday?
No.
Oh.
But if you, a lot of people don't unpack the same day.
Yeah.
But basically, make sure like you're packing in like good stuff, like things that's not detrimental to your health, your well-being, your psyche, everything. And also, that New Year, New Me mantra is that should be stopped, because yes, you can wake up and be like feel and be like brand new,
Mm-hmm.
but unless you have like something life changing, or you make up in your mind that I'm gonna turn over a new leaf.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people might be doing that. I say, like last year, I said to in my family group chat, new year, same me.
Yeah.
Because I last year I was grinding, trying to get it and doing great things and still growing. But this year I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm the same me. I've just learned a little bit more. So in a way though, you are a new you. Every day you're a new you.
Yeah,
because you learn more. You went to bed knowing more than you did when you woke up.
And you haven't seen this day.
So
no
it
one
is
has
a new
seen
you.
Yeah, no one has seen this day. It could be a new you, but it's still it's you developed.
Yeah.
It's not brand new. Still, a lot of people still carry over.
I don't know. Maybe you got some really good sleep. Some people.
You feel brand new.
Yeah.
Well, I've had that before.
See.
Or, you know what I'm talking about.
New year, new you, do you, boo boo. See, your lips was ready to say it. Do you, boo boo? But all right. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. One more time. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Do great things. Be great people.
Yeah.
We are Black Press.